All right. Hello. Welcome to Wellness with Benefits. We are so excited that you guys are here. It is 6:03 p.m. So we're just going to get started. I am Bailey. I am one of the four hosts that you'll see tonight for our Wellness with Benefits call. So I just wanted to kind of give an introduction of what we're going to be talking about tonight and how we are just going to share with you how wellness can come with benefits and how you can make that into a really great lifestyle. And so we're super excited to chat with you about the way that you can earn with Shaklee, the way that you can make this a priority in your life, the way that you can make swaps with wellness, and how to go about doing it with us and signing up. So I will just kind of give myself an introduction, and then you'll hear from some of the other girls that are hosting with me. But I have been with Shaklee since October of 2024. I always get that wrong because I'm like, okay, is it 2026? Like, what freaking year is it? So October 2024, I made a decision the end of the month. Like, we had 24 hours left in October, and I was like, okay, I'm putting my foot down and I am going to dive fully into trying new wellness swaps. And I, had researched a lot of different companies. I was using like different stuff, and Shaklee aligned with me in a way that just made me super excited to actually start making swaps in my life. And I wasn't really in the whole like non-toxic lifestyle fully, but I had kind of had like one foot in, but I needed to like get the other foot in there as well. So this just like completely aligned with what I needed in my life, the supplements that I wanted to, swap in my lifestyle, because I love fitness. I love, wellness as a whole. And it made me realize like, wow, I could be focusing just on wellness as like an overall aspect of my life instead of just fitness. And so this was pretty much the best decision that I've made. I will be never looking back on making that decision in October of 2024. And, when I first started Shaklee, I was like, scared, as always. We're always scared to like start and jump into something new. But I'm also a stay-at-home mom slash I work from home, and my daughter goes to preschool, which she hadn't went to preschool at the time. So I was like, I need to make supplemental income. I need it fast. And I just want to share with other people and influence my circle for making wellness swaps. And so this was just the best path that came into my life. And so you're going to hear from so many other women tonight that have different lifestyles, that are different ages. We just range so much different. And it's so cool to see the ability and the, structure of how Shaklee is, and just the in-depth details and things that you can be a part of as well. So I don't know who's next or who's going to be introducing themselves, but you'll hear from them right now. So let's go.
Hi, friends. So excited to have you here. My name is AMQ. That's what I go by. My first name is Amanda. And similar to Bay, I have been at this since October of 2024. I actually signed up like at the tippity top of October and was so nervous because I was so familiar with what I had been doing previously, but I knew that this was fully aligned with what I wanted to do. So, a little bit about me. Oh no, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? A little bit about me is I'm about to turn 40 years old in literally a few days, which is wild. But if I were to tell, 30-year-old me were to have a conversation with almost 40-year-old me and say, hey, you're going to feel better in the skin you're in at 40 than you do at 30, of course, 30-year-old me wouldn't believe it. Right. But I started prioritizing what I put in and on my body, and aligning with Shaklee just made sense for me because as a fitness instructor, as someone who's working constantly in the fitness space, helping humans feel good in their bodies, I wanted to make sure that I was also doing the same thing for me and able to offer the humans in my orbit something that gave them longevity, right? You can work out all you want, you can drink your water, you can have good sleeps, and these are all things that Shaklee helps with. But at the end of the day, if you're not reading your labels and you're not making those things a priority and you don't have a wellness routine, are you really living well? Right. and I'm trying to conceive. So that's also part of my journey. So I'm in that stage where I wanted to make sure that I worked with humans and was able to serve them at all ages and stages. Something I love about Shaklee is we've been around for 70 years, and I can literally just say to myself, I can grow old with this company. I can grow old with this company. And that makes me feel excited about getting older.
Hello. I think I cut you off early. Sorry. We're learning how to do all of this, but my name is Leslie Ivy. I am a full-time ER nurse. I've been an ER nurse for 6 years. I joined Shaklee in October of 2024. It was the end of the month. I joined maybe 2 or 3 days after Bailey joined, and I chose Shaklee when I've been a part of a lot of different affiliate, network marketing, ambassador opportunities. And I joined Shaklee. Shaklee made sense for me and my nurse brain because of the clinically backed supplements and the EWG verified skincare. Oh no. No one can hear us? I can hear on our YouTube. Hold on. No one can hear us? I can hear on my YouTube. Let me send you this link and see if that helps. Hold on. We are just going to keep it rolling, keep the ball rolling, and I'm recording it on StreamYard too, and I hope everyone can hear it. But Shaklee made sense for me because of the clinically backed supplements. I'm an ER nurse. I have used supplements on my fitness journey for a long, long time. It says for waiting. Okay. I've used supplements on my fitness journey for a long time, and I did not get the results that I wanted to get until I switched my supplements. I've struggled with high cortisol, high stress levels. My hormones absolutely wrecked from not sleeping. And with Shaklee, making the switch for myself, I've noticed a huge difference in my health and wellness journey overall. And sharing my story made me more confident in sharing it with others. So now I'm going to kick it over to Charity, and we're going to do some troubleshooting behind the scenes, make sure we're good.
Hi. Okay, hopefully everyone can hear me. My name is Charity. I'm a 41-year-old stay-at-home mom and wife from Texas, and I say that loosely because my son is 22. He's a firefighter for Dallas Fire Department, and my husband works full-time. So I don't have any small children at home, but I still take care of the home. And I'm also a former chiropractic assistant. I did that for over a decade. So I've already been in the wellness space and really found that I loved helping people feel good with their actual musculoskeletal body. So why not also what's happening in and on-side of their body? So huge shout out to community marketing because it's what actually allowed me to step away from that role and be able to work from home. I've been with Shaklee for about 14 months now. I actually signed up the day before I was leaving to go on a trip with my family. We were going to go on it. Well, it was my husband. We were going to go on a cruise, and it was November 5th. And I remember thinking about, like, do I want to be an ambassador? I knew that I wanted to try the products. I've seen several of my friends trying the products. I had talked to my mom. She said, oh, my mom did Shaklee. And that was one thing that I was like, wait, your mom, my grandmother, did Shaklee. So that spoke on longevity. When I first heard that, I couldn't even believe it because I didn't know. My grandma lived in Iowa. She's passed away now. But when I heard that, I was like, there's something here that I think I need to look more into. So I purchased 5 products that day and said, I'll add the ambassador. Let's see what happens. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do or where it was going to lead me, but that was just one of the single best decisions because when I got my products, which were just the peptide pens, I got the morning dew, which I'll tell you more about later, and a lip serum. Loved it, and the rest is pretty much history. So I have been with Shaklee for 14 months. I chose Shaklee because of their deep commitment to true wellness and longevity. I'm in my perimenopausal season of life, and aging well has really become something that's important to me now, kind of like AMQ said. In my 30s, I never would have also imagined that in my 40s, I'll be turning 42 in June, that I would feel better, I would be more confident, and I would just overall, like, from the inside out, I feel so much better than I did in my 30s. So Shaklee's whole age-free movement supporting our bodies as we age aligns perfectly with what I'm already intentionally doing in my own life. And the fact that I can earn an income while supporting my health, that was pretty much a no-brainer for me. I was already investing in my wellness, so getting paid to share something that I genuinely believed in just made sense for me. So now we're going to kick it over. I don't know who's next, actually.
Hi, I'm back. Okay, so we are going to talk to you this whole time about why Shaklee is amazing. But maybe you've heard of Shaklee. Maybe you, like Charity, have grandparents who use Shaklee. I know my in-laws were like, yes, that's amazing. We've been using their multivitamins forever. Again, when someone you love, know, like, and trust says, hey, yes, I'm familiar with that brand, it's like a nice little nod, in the right direction. So if you don't know, though, if you're like this emoji and you don't know what Shaklee is a stable, scaling, and setting records kind of company. Okay. So we are the fastest growing company of its size and scale in our space. So that said, in the wellness space, and that's a pretty big deal. You can hang your hat on that. Over 250,000 people joined in the past year. Just think about that. So all of us on this call have been with Shaklee for over a year. So in the past year, we have had a hand also in helping that many humans in the past year. That's momentum. That's something you want to be part of. The most clinically proven wellness company in the world. Again, hello, but you can say that very proudly. Clean without compromise. So we are EWG verified, skin and body care, nutrition that goes beyond organic. We help you look, live, and feel younger longer. So you'll hear the word longevity a lot when it comes to Shaklee. I don't know about you, but who doesn't want to look and feel younger for longer, right? When I say I'm turning 40, I can say I'm turning 40 years young and really genuinely believe that. Then moving on to why you want to be part of this because of who Shaklee is, zero debt and billions paid out. Think about the stability that means for you as an ambassador. Multiple simple proven systems to help everyday people win. So when myself, Bay, Leslie, Charity decided to jump in on this, we were all starting at something completely new, but we had so many resources available to us to help us grow and thrive within this network. Modern compensation plan with bonuses and trips that you can earn. Literally before this call, we were just talking to each other about the trip that we earned. We're talking about booking flights and getting excited. That's something that average humans can earn, and you can bring your spouse, you can bring your kids. It's really exciting. A global community that's growing in double digits domestically and triple digits internationally. So think about that. So domestically means within North America and triple internationally. We are growing. We're growing. Redefining direct sales through community marketing. So I know that sometimes you have people who poo-poo the concept of direct sales or even the industry in and of itself. It has been a gift to all four of us, and we will continue championing community marketing because it is incredible. History, heritage, the heart of a startup. So although we've been around forever, what I can say is that our CEO, Roger Barnett, and the entire team at corporate is always and constantly innovating. They hear that this is really working out in the wellness space. Well, let's try it, and we're going to be talking about some products that are super innovative in a little bit, but you'll be able to see what we mean, right? We have our finger on the pulse and we want to be continuously and constantly evolving.
What do we do as ambassadors? This is the epitome of anyone can do this. Anyone can figure this out because we are actively figuring it out. But what we do as ambassadors is we share from anywhere, leveraging social media and real life connections and building a community of your kind of people. I know when I first started sharing on social media, when I first started my health and fitness journey, I felt isolated while surrounded by other people. Social media is a big world, but I just wasn't finding my kind of people. So sharing my journey, my stance on wellness, what you're doing, what you're loving is what attracts customers and what attracts other affiliate partners. As you're sharing what you're using on social media, as you're sharing what you're implementing and adding in to your wellness journey, and we have so much, those customers, those questions of what are you using? How is it helping? And for me personally, I am on a fitness journey. So a lot of that comes from people who are looking to support their fitness journey. Also now, people who are looking to switch their products to cleaner products when it comes to skincare, people who just want to take care of themselves better with their every single day life. And what I love is that we get to pair science with products that fits anyone's budget, products that fit anyone's journey, whether they are on a weight loss journey, whether they are on a trying to conceive journey with our prenatals, whether they just need to have more protein in their diet. We have something for everyone. And what I love most about being an ambassador in general is I get to grow personally. I get to focus on myself, which I have taught myself is not selfish. I get to focus on myself. I get to share my journey and also earn flexibly. Literally doing this every single day. I work 12-hour shifts in the ER, and I get to work this business in pockets of my time. And it's not just a business, it's a legacy of impact. It's something that I can pass down to my kids, something I can share with my kids. And like other people were mentioning, I did not hear about Shaklee. It is 70 years old. I had not heard of Shaklee before we joined Shaklee, but finding an old bottle of vitamins in my grandmother's house was the absolute yes for me. We are looking for stability. We're looking for longevity, and that is the new sexy. Let's see where we go.
I think we skipped a slide. Do you want me to just go ahead and go?
Okay, post, share, earn. Y'all, we are trying to get this under lockdown. Okay, we've never used StreamYard, so don't hate us. And this goes to YouTube Live. So we're getting it. We're going to become experts. Let's talk post, share, earn. So I know it's very scary to, okay, share stuff we love and oh my God, like our family's going to judge us. Our friends are going to judge us. But how many times, like tell us in the YouTube comments, how many times have you shared something on social media and your friends have asked you for the link? Or how many times have you commented on somebody's reel, like a big influencer? I'm sure you guys have seen them everywhere, like Walmart hauls, Amazon hauls, all these finds, right? And you've said me or send me the links or I don't know, Walmart, right? So how many times have you done that? But we are so scared to start something that could benefit our families. Like we are so scared to just click post. We're scared to share it and we're scared to earn money because we feel as women, especially as women, that our role is not to make money. Like we should not. And a lot of women think they should not be the sole providers, but you should not just be the sole provider, but you should literally like skirt past your spouse in income because you're worth it. Like you're worth pushing post on a social media post and just sharing what you love. And so that's kind of what Shaklee is. Post, share, earn. That's basically what we do as Shaklee affiliates, ambassadors, whatever you want to call it. So step one, when you join us, you get so many things. You get apps, resources, digital marketing tools, training, mentoring. We could go on and on letting you know what you get. But with this step one, like all these tools, you get an app, right? So you have an app, your home base is there, and it makes it so simple to where it's not overwhelming. Like we're not going to be asking you to go to Facebook and go here and go to email and all these things. Everything you need is in an app, which I think is just so convenient because I know for myself, I always had to pull out my computer and have like a fancy MacBook to access all the things that I needed to look for my business in the past. And I didn't, maybe you don't have a MacBook, maybe you don't have a computer. You literally just need a phone or you can go to the website. And so it's very simple. It makes it easily streamlined to where you don't need so many things in the pipeline. And as far as tools and training, like when you join our team, you get so many different things, not just what you see on the screen, but we've got like a Team Hub app and we have graphics and we've got challenges and we do really fun stuff that might bring you joy in your wellness as well. And so sometimes it's like am I just joining a business to make money, or am I going to have, a better wellness routine too? The one thing that Shaklee brought me was falling more in love with my wellness, like actually taking care and prioritizing my wellness, my skincare every single morning and night. Like, I don't skip a day of skincare. I know at night, like, I'm going to go do my skincare and I'm going to share it, because why not? Like, you don't have to be on social media all the time, but when you're posting that and sharing, people are looking for the things that we offer. And so, with all the tools you're getting, you also get a 15% off discount for life. You can share that with people too. So when they join as a Shaklee preferred member, which is just a customer, you can offer them the 15% off for a lifetime, free shipping. There's a bunch of other like different monthly rewards, things like that. And we have a great loyalty system as well. So they can actually earn cash back for having a loyalty order, which is so fun. Get paid to use your skincare, and you too. Like, it's pretty crazy. And then step 3, we get weekly pay. And we get to retain the lifetime value of the customer that we help. And also, we do get monthly pay. So we get weekly pay on Thursdays. It's a little bit different. You'll learn that once you become an ambassador. But that's after you help somebody that's brand new, you get paid weekly on a Thursday. That's as simple as that. When you help 3 new people and make 500 in sales in 1 month, you get paid weekly on that as well, which is a $75 bonus. So imagine what could you do with an extra 75 bucks or more a week, like, plus commission, right? So you're making, our comp plan is unmatched, which we could go on and on, but that's not really the point of the call. The comp plan is unmatched to where everybody starts at 10% commission coming in, but you have the ability to earn 30% commission as a brand new ambassador on every brand new person. So first 30 days, 30% commission. It's pretty easy to do the math. Like, it's awesome. And then we do get the monthly pays, which are a little bit more. We do get a product rebate. So when you're buying your own products, you get a rebate, like commission back on your paycheck, which I think is super cool and valuable as a company. I love to be paid on my products. I know Charity's the same way. Like, she flips out. She's like, "Oh my God, I got paid like on my products. It's wild." And the amounts, like, if we're spending $150 a month and we're buying all our restocks, like, we get to see some money come back on our paycheck. And we're like, okay, that's cool. Like, we can use it on whatever. So pretty much half of our products are always paid for. And I think that's just super awesome. And we've got so many other things that we can offer you as a team. But you really are posting, you're sharing, and you're earning in this business.
She wasn't lying. I am obsessed with getting my products for free. Every time I get something, I'm like, oh my God, I just got the Trim and Smooth. That's like $100. I literally got it for free. About every other month, every couple months, I'm already going to have an order just because I'm obsessed with literally everything. I think once you try it, and that's something about Shaklee, is once you try it, once your customer tries it, they're on the website. It's like the gateway to like everything. I started with just a couple things, and I've Shaklified my whole house. So I'm going to share some of my favorite things. But I do want to piggyback on something that Bailey said about the resources. When I signed up on November 5th, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even know anything about the back office stuff with Shaklee, but I downloaded the 2 apps, which you'll do if you decide to become an ambassador. I literally grabbed a couple resources about the wands because that's what I ordered. I knew that was going to be my first experience. And immediately the same day, I sold 2 wands to 2 different customers. And then I think I had an ambassador sign up the same day and was like, oh my God, I didn't even know what I was doing. I literally just said, let me try this. Do you want to try it with me? So just like she said, when you're following somebody on social media, I forgot to start my timer. When you're following somebody on social media and you're seeing things that they're doing, you're like, oh, send me the link. I can't tell you how many times, like I got for Christmas, my husband got me this facial tool. It has nothing to do with Shaklee. I mean, it is skincare. And I've had so many people message me and say, send me the link. It's from like Amazon. Actually, it's from somewhere else, but you can get it on Amazon. So it's so simple what we do. So the resources that we have are amazing. Everything is there for you. You don't have to create anything yourself unless you want to. And then the other thing I wanted to say about the team, which you'll probably hear more, is that we have the best. Oh my God, am I gone? Okay. anyways, we have the best resources and the best team, but let me get into my favorites before my Wi-Fi kicks me off again. So some of the things that I am just absolutely obsessed with, the very first thing that I purchased was the Morning Duo. And all it was a clean caffeine and energy supplement. I was already taking a different pre-workout, so I thought, why not swap it? This one is a little bit cleaner. There was no staining. I'm like, let me try it out. It was very light. And then I had already also ordered the Good Gut and Go. Coming from an irregular girly, it was life-changing. Also, somebody who is on a GLP journey, it's a little bit different than every other person. There's some things that we deal with that aren't like everyone else. And so having supplements for protein, having nutrition when maybe you're not eating as much as someone else, and having something to help your gut support while being on a GLP was game-changing for that journey, as well as my wellness and fitness journey. So the Morning Duo was a game changer. I have had that every single month and I think I ran out of it one time and I had to borrow it from my sister. Both my sisters are also on the Morning Duo. The other thing that was game changing for me that I wasn't sure about was collagen 9. And I had already been using a collagen, but when I really looked at the label and the clinical studies, I realized that not all collagens are made the same. So I incorporated the collagen 9 and immediately saw a change in the growth of my hair, as well as my skin and my nails. Like everything is growing and glowing. So you'll see a photo of how much my hair grew in I don't know, less than 6 months. And then also from using the skincare line, which was not something that I ever did. I didn't even start skincare anything till I was 39. And I didn't use a toner until the beginning of last year. And I wasn't somebody who went all in with the skincare. I got one product, and each month I would get another product because I was kind of nervous, didn't know if it was going to work, wasn't sure what I was doing. But Shaklee made it so easy. They actually have a tool or this thing that you can print off that tells you exactly how to do AM skincare and PM skincare in a step process. So you can see the drastic change from using the wands in my face. I feel like my face was hollow and I just look like a zombie. And now it's more full, it's more glowing. I'm not wearing makeup. I'm not using filters on social media anymore. Like I'm just so much more confident in my appearance now. And then I started the Trim and Smooth and the BioCell, and I didn't start it for weight loss. I started it because I had heard that it helps with the appearance of your skin. I am somebody who has a lot of stretch marks and cellulite, and my skin has just really been damaged over the years of pregnancy and weight loss and weight gain, and just a lot has happened to my body. So I started that back in August and I've been using it ever since, and I have seen a change in the appearance of my skin, the firmness, the tightness. And then the other thing that I swear by is Vivix. I started Vivix in January of last year, and it comes in gummies, liquid, and gel capsules. And I wanted to tell you, I put a little note in here. Let me see if I have the note. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I want to tell you what it does because it is crazy. Okay, so Vivix is an anti-aging at a cellular level type of supplement. I thought, I don't know about this, but I started trying it, and you can see in this photo of me in my bikini, nothing has changed. My weight hasn't changed, but the inflammation in my body is drastically different. One was June of 24, and then on the right in the blue was June of 25. And even I was like, oh my God, what has changed? Like my weight didn't change, but adding in the supplement, it actually protects and promotes collagen and elastin. It is clinically proven to neutralize free radicals, protects against oxidative stress, and then blunts the inflammatory response. There's actually clinical studies, but I'm not going to go into that now. I'm actually going to pass it over to the next person because I've used all my time.
Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to share my favorites. I have so many favorite things from Shaklee that I have invested in with my own money because, like I said, we do get a product rebate, but we still have to pay for our own products. But my Shaklee income completely covers it monthly. So you can also do the same, which is really nice. So these are my staples in my everyday life from morning to sundown. Honestly, like I could go on and share everything, but these are like, if you were to come to my social media and see what I use every single day and share, like post, share, earn, like we're back to that. These are the things you would see. So every single morning I wake up, and I could add our creatine on here now because that just launched like 2 days ago, but the Morning Duo. So I think Charity talked about this, but I couldn't hear her, so I don't know. But with the morning duo, I'm sure she did. She probably told you her good gut and go story. Literally same girl, like good gut and go helps me go to the restroom. And I know that's like super TMI, but I have always struggled with really bad stomach problems, IBS. Like I don't even have to diagnose myself, girl. I can Google it and I have IBS. So I have always needed a really good probiotic. And I know for like my girls that love hormone health, they also love good gut and go because it just keeps us super regular. And I don't know about you, but I don't like to be backed up. Like I don't want to be backed up, stopped up, and not being able to take a poop. Okay. I have to. Literally, I wake up. I know this is so TMI, but I cannot function in my day if I did not have a morning bathroom trip. Okay. So the good gut and go, it's not something that's like a laxative, but if your like your gut flora is imbalanced, that is an issue. Like you have to work on that. So good gut and go has literally just helped all of us. And I mix that specifically with our Energize. So that's going to be 100 milligrams of caffeine. It does not have to be just a pre-workout. You can drink it if you're going on a walk, you're going to your friend's house, you're going to work. You can mix it up on the way home from work. If you're trying to get through traffic and you need a little bit of energy, girl, to get through traffic, like you can mix it up. We will not judge you. But it's so good together. It's like a light raspberry lemonade is what we've always kind of said it tastes like. Kind of like the Crystal Light without the sugar-free flavor. Like, with the chemicals. We're not about the chemicals over here, other than we love a good McDonald's french fry. But this combo is so good together. It is just refreshing, and I wake up wanting this. Like I do not go a day without it. Sometimes I don't drink it on like Sundays, or if I'm completely out, which really does not, it just messes me up. But that is like my morning duo. So that's a super great option for clean energy and gut health. And then I think every single person I've helped since joining Shaklee has got the morning duo. Like that is a staple, like a staple seller. So it might be the same for you if you're looking for something new. So don't count it out, especially if you hear the word pre-workout. Like truly, it's probably better than a cup of coffee. And it has some focus aspect to it as well. And then moving into like midday, I don't know. Did I just move? Am I still on there? I don't know. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep going. Life Shake. That's a very easy protein plant-based shake that you can make in a blender or shake up in a cup. Fun fact, I don't know if this was said, but Shaklee was the first inventor of a plant-based protein in the US. Okay, that's pretty crazy. So I didn't know that. And I think it's really cool. So Life Shake, easy, on the go meal, perfect. And then Triple Defense Boost, I use every single day. I have a preschooler. I ain't catching the sickness around here. So that's literally your zinc, elderberry, antioxidants, all the things. And then moving into the night, Rest and Rewind helps you sleep better. Like flat out, the melatonin is gone. So you're getting the sleepy without the melatonin. And then I take my liquid collagen, which you guys will learn so much about this. You can even, see it on the website. But this duo right here, the little Trim and Smooth and the Life Liquid BioCell, that comes as a duo. And it helps basically like joints, lubrication, cardiovascular health, cellulite, like that duo together, 100% would buy over and over. And then my skincare. So I do the youth skincare. Charity does the same. Leslie does the same. I started with the Pomifera, which is another option, but that is, yeah, literally like I had acne so bad, but I was using Pomifera and I was like, wait, I need something like a little bit more strong. And so I committed to the youth line. So those are my daily staples. Like I said, if you need to get a good poop in for the day, get your morning duo. Okay, bye.
We are figuring this out as we go. That's what I was saying when I was muted, but now it's working. So everyone on here, or maybe not everyone, maybe you're just interested in the products, but if you're interested in the ambassador opportunity, this is kind of how I share my wellness in real life using Shaklee supplements. So I'm an ER nurse. I'm training for multiple High Rocks races. I run half marathons, which is something I thought I would never be able to do. I started my fitness journey at 240 plus pounds. I stopped weighing at 240 because on a 5'2", 5'3" frame, it was a lot and it was overwhelming. But every single day on my stories, you will see me mix up my morning duo like everyone else because it is that good. I do add in the triple defense boost because I work in the ER and I don't want to catch what everyone else has. So I'll wake up, I'll mix that up. I wake up at an ungodly time, most of the time, ungodly. 3 a.m., 3:30, 4 a.m., you'll see me in my stories. But that is what gets me up and excited and helps me start the day just with more energy, because I know here in about 10 minutes, I'm going to feel so freaking good. And then as I move on throughout my day, I do my workout, I have my life shake, and I added in the build. I added that up at the top. And something that I'm super passionate about is protein, making sure you're getting enough protein, because I would say 90% of women are not getting enough protein, and all of our protein supplements are powered by leucine. So you can enter it into your little chat GPT, ask Alexa, ask Siri, what is leucine and why is it important? And I'll just tell you a quick version. It switches on that key activator in your body to say, like, okay, use all this protein that you're slamming for good use. So that's something I talk about in my stories as well. The trim and curb is what I started using it in June. That is what absolutely switched the game for me. Body recomposition is what I want. Yes, on a weight loss journey, we want to lose weight, but we don't want to lose the wrong kind of weight. So supplementing and switching my protein powders and adding in the trim and smooth, game changer. I'm pretty sure I bullied everyone into trying the trim and smooth at least. And then the curb I use, especially during my cycle, when I'm having just little snackies, midnight snackies, middle of the day snackies. I'm just ravenous sometimes. The trim and curb is my absolute go-to. And then, of course, the skincare. I started with the youth skincare. I had a lot of hyperpigmentation. I have a lot of acne. I'm 30 years old and I still have a lot of acne, which has gotten a lot better. But I was worried that I would have to do the microneedling, have to have all of that downtime in order to get rid of the hyperpigmentation and the acne scarring on my skin. Using the youth line, now I feel more comfortable waking up, going places without a full face of makeup on. It's been absolutely amazing. And then at the bottom, I also added our sparkling protein, which has been a game changer for me as well, because as an ER nurse, and some of my other nurses know, we will work 12 hours and not get a lunch break. So I need to make sure I have things that I can grab and go to hit my protein goals, to hit my nutrition goals. And then also the BioCell Life, the liquid BioCell has worked wonders for my joints. I'm able to train well. I'm able to recover well so I can show up the next day. So those are things that I will share, and I don't always just add links to it straight on my stories, but those are things that you will see on my social media and just talk about how it has helped me train well, recover well, and just live my life with more energy. So I'm going to kick it over. AMQ is next. Let's go.
Yay. Hello, friends. You know what? As everyone was talking about their skincare, I realized just didn't include that, but what they do, I do too. So I'm a big fan of the youth line. She keeps us looking youthful, you know? So these are AMQ's non-negotiables. So we'll do kind of like a little take you through my day almost. But like all of us, I start my day with the Energize and the Good Gut and Go. So I'm going to say something. You're going to see the names of all these products, right? And you're going to notice they are what they are. And we love a product that does what it says it's going to do. Like, I love me a product that is going to energize me, is going to give me a good gut and get me going, gives me life. I love drinking a shake that gives me life, you know? Just think about it that way. These products literally do what they say they're going to do. So my Energize has some leucine in it, really helps me focus. ADHD girly here, unmedicated by choice. So anything that helps me focus is super helpful. Of course, we all like to be regular, like Bay said. Everybody poops, right? But sometimes we don't poop comfortably. So we all want to poop comfortably. Life Shake. So I am a Pilates and bar instructor. I teach group fitness. I'm also training for multiple Hyroxes. I've just recently started a running journey and committed to it. I've tried to run for many years, but this time I stuck with it. And a lot of what gets credit for that is properly supplementing for my journey. So my protein is up. I'm always drinking my Life Shake. My husband's a triathlete. I haven't been able to get the guy to drink protein shakes ever. And now we can't keep the protein shakes in the house long enough. Like, I'm constantly having to order, which is a great problem. Then the Life. So you're going to hear us all talk about it because we love it. As someone who is aging and who is only now really taking running seriously, if you know, your joints need support. And this gives you joint health support. It also boosts your immunity. We love that. I'm living in a very cold Canadian winter, and so I need all the help I can get. And then I love these little recovery pills. Okay. And I understand that not everybody is into having pills for everything, but I was a little apprehensive. These things are game changers. I literally take one before bed. I don't take them all the time, usually like when it's a really, really heavy lifting day or a long run day. And it's like I wake up and I feel like I'm ready to go again. And that is a great, great feeling. Rest and rewind. It lets you rest. It lets you rewind. No melatonin, no going to sleep and then waking up feeling super groggy like you just got off like an overnight flight. You literally are like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then for those of you who are big coffee lovers or just caffeine junkies, I will say self-proclaimed, the Up and Glowing, honestly, if I had to pick one product that has been like the single most game-changing product for me, I would say it was the Up and Glowing. I used to be the girl who would wake up and smash a black coffee on an empty stomach and then not eat anything until like 3 p.m. Okay. And that was because I didn't understand eating properly and protein. And now I do. Thank you, Shaklee. But the Up and Glowing is packed with collagen. Okay. It's got protein, and it's a vanilla collagen latte. And so it literally gets you up and it gets you glowing. So not only does it give you energy, but it also is good for your like hair, skin, and nails. So I think drinking a beverage that tastes delicious, like a Starbucks drink, and also gives you those benefits is super, super amazing. So as someone who's busy, constantly moving, very, very active, these are the things that I would say I take almost every day as a consumable. And then on the skincare front, which you're not seeing, I also am a huge advocate of the Youth line and these ageless ones that we all talked about, but I didn't put up a little graphic, but I love myself some no-tox Botox ones. You'll hear some of us talking about it. I'm scared of needles. Bless all of you who aren't. I'm scared of them. So I haven't gotten Botox yet. I'm not saying never, but not yet. And I use these no-tox Botox ones, and they are game-changing. For many of us, that's actually like what launched our businesses. We were like, let's figure out what these cool things on the Today Show are. And we love them, and it helped launch our businesses. So those are my non-negotiables. Let's keep it rolling.
Okay, I feel like I'm playing DJ right now, but there are 2 ways to get started, 2 ways to try Shaklee. We're going to talk through both of those with you guys, but the first way is as an ambassador, exactly what we do, exactly what we talked about, and what we will talk about. And the second way is an affiliate member. So just keep that in mind as you're listening. There's 2 ways to get started, and Charity's going to walk you through way number 1.
Okay, if you don't think that you can be an ambassador because you're totally freaked out, stop right now. You can. And I'm going to tell you why I know this. We went to a conference in June of this year. It was our first Shaklee conference. I wasn't sure if I was going to go. We're brand new in the company. I was kind of like, not really 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but just like a little unsure of how successful I would be with Shaklee and what that looked like. When we went to the conference, and I tell you that we were like the youngest people there, I am not kidding you. Okay. There were people who had been there for 30, 40, 50 years. And I was mind blown. I wish that I would have went around and documented and made like a little video of like, what's your name? Where are you from? How long have you been with Shaklee? The reason I'm telling you this is because we have social media at our fingertips. You have a business and a storefront that is free. And this is like no other generation. Okay. I'm a millennial. And I think the only social media we had when it first came out was MySpace. Now we have a plethora of different ways that you can communicate with people without leaving your house. Imagine if you did something like this and you had to go door to door. That's what they did. The original OG trailblazers of Shaklee went door to door. They went business to business. They made product cleaning kits, and they took them to people and to businesses and said, hey, I'm going to leave this here. Try it out for a week. I'll come back. Let me know what you think. That just freaks me out. If I had to do that, I don't know. I don't know how successful I'd be. I'm kind of like an introvert, and social media just makes it so much easier for me. You're talking to a screen, okay? It's get out of your own way. So as ambassadors, you're literally doing that. You have the ability to own an asset and diversify your portfolio. And I didn't really know how important this was until one, I quit my job for the chiropractic clinic. And mainly I was just doing a different direct selling business, and then it went away. And I was like, oh, shoot. Like, I need more than one thing. And so the first thing I did was start adding to my portfolio of things that I could do and own. So with Shaklee, you can pass it down to your next generation. So if something were to happen to me, everything that I built then goes to my son that continues to generate income, because like Bailey said earlier, those customers are yours for a lifetime. Once they are in your ecosystem, they are your customers. And once they are on the website, there's so much there for everything you can possibly think of that they want to continue to purchase and make those swaps, and they're feeling good. So diversifying your income. Anybody who is making a lot of money and just doing really well in spaces like this have multiple streams of income, 5, 6, 7 different things. And this is very much something that you can do that doesn't have to take all of your time. You don't have to just do it full time. Like Leslie works full time, but also still makes this business work. We have several people on our team who still work full time, and they do this in their spare time, but are generating an income. So leveraging your income and your time. Let's say you have the weekends, you have a couple hours in the evening, maybe an hour. If you spend it wisely, you will be able to easily start generating income just from simply, you're already going to be using the products, right? And just, you decide what's best for you. We're not saying that listening to this call, you need to become an ambassador, but if you decide to become a preferred member first, those are the best ambassadors because you've tried the products, you fall in love with the products, and then you just naturally want to share them with people. So leveraging that. It's a natural extension of what you're already doing. You're already using the products. You're already loving them. And that's what I told myself. Like, I already love it. Why would I not talk about it and earn an income? And there's no income cap, which is mind-blowing, but it's the truth. There's no inventory or overhead. These people that we talked to at conference told us that way back in the day, before they had social media and all this stuff, they would get on like a phone line, and it would be like one of those phone lines. I don't even know how to explain it because I don't even know how it works, but it was like you get on a phone and somehow you communicate with whoever, and whenever the mail would come, like they would have to order inventory, keep it in their garages, and then go meet the delivery driver to pick up their inventory. Like I'm just like, you guys have just led the way. And now we have it so different. And probably they think for social media and us, it's just a totally different generation of doing things. And I say that it's like in our fingertips for anybody to be able to do. So let's get into like, how are we making money? The compensation part. Like Bailey said earlier, there are weekly payouts. Anytime you enroll a new customer, you're getting paid that following Thursday on that new customer. And automatically you're getting 30% for the first 30 days that they're in your system. After the first 30 days, you also get bonuses. So let's say you have 3 new customers, and the volume of those 3 new customers, they spend about $500. You have 2 that spend $150, another one spends $200. Now you've gotten $500 in sales from 3 people. You're now getting $75 on top of that as a bonus. So now you're getting closer to 40% as a brand new ambassador with brand new customers. Now, let's say you don't have any new customers one month. You have existing customers, but they just keep returning and you just keep having customers. What happens is everybody starts at a base of 10% once they're no longer new after the 30 days. And then you have the ability to the entire month generate your sales, and there's different sales tiers that determine what level of commission that you get paid, from 10 all the way up to 40% that you can make. So then you get paid that 30 days on the 15th of the following month. So you get weekly pay, you get monthly pays, there's bonuses. What else am I missing? Earn up to 40% on reoccurring orders, get free product monthly. Like Bailey said, that's one of my favorite things, is being able to use my loyalty points, which preferred members can also get loyalty points, and they can also get free product. That is like, I love it. I get free product, and then I also get POP, which is a rebate on your own product. Sometimes I'll see my paycheck and I'm like, I just got $100 back from buying products that I would have already bought. I already talked about the $75 on the $500, and then there's an option to refer other people to the business. And if you don't want to run your your business on retail sales, you can actually build a team. It's totally up to you what you decide to do. We have had people on our team who just did retail sales, have earned income, and they've also earned the incentive trip and will be with us in Cabo without ever adding an ambassador or building a team, which I thought was so crazy. You also have advancements and bonuses and rewards trips. So when I first started, one of the bonuses at the time, it's actually been sunsetted, but it was a car payment bonus program. I qualified for that, and actually they're honoring it until it's done, so I still get to get that. There's quarterly incentives, things that you can earn. I have a walking pad that I got. This month is a Hume scale that you can earn. There's so many fun things that you can earn as far as also the income. And then just I have to keep on going back to the fact that we're part of an incredible team with tons of resources. The only way you won't be successful is if you literally don't show up and plug in. So now let's talk about the affiliate opportunity.
So, Charity explained the ambassador opportunity, and I kind of want to talk about the affiliate member. So, if you, for some reason, which that's okay, you're like, maybe not just yet, I want to try, let me get a taste of the team, see what it's like, we can set you up with your affiliate membership. What you can do there is share your $10 off code and get $10, and that goes towards your Shaklee account to try new supplements, to try new things. You get 15% off of everything. Over $150, you will get free shipping, and you have access to that loyalty rewards program as well, because who does not love free product? I can't tell you how many times I have bought from a company, multiple companies for years on the regular, every month or sometimes twice a month, and I've never earned a free full-size product. But if you share your Give 10 and you get $10, you will also be able to, when you do decide to become an ambassador and you're like, okay, I'm not scared anymore. When you do decide to become an ambassador, those customers that you have referred will automatically be in your back office, meaning that when they reorder, that adds to your commission tier, that adds to your overall commission. But we wanted to just present this opportunity just in case you wanted to get your feet wet a little bit first. We'll walk you through our training program. You'll go through the same training program that the ambassadors go through, but it's just a little bit less of an intimidation. You can practice sharing your link on stories, practice talking about your journey, what you're loving. So this is a good option as well. And then last but not least, we are going to talk about our wellness paychecks. Okay, so if you stuck around till now, good for you. This, I don't even know where to start. We're going to share a little bit of what this did for us, but these were our wellness paychecks in August, which means we were 10 months into the business. This was our paycheck for August. On the 15th of the month, you get your bonus paycheck. And I remember, I'm the crying best friend, so I might cry. I remember when I was in nursing school, I had to have over 10, probably close to 17 credit cards open because I was trying to figure out how I could divvy up and pay my rent for that month. I've been a part of other affiliate opportunities, other ambassadors, other network marketing, and never have I ever made this much money in such a short amount of time. And now my monthly income from Shaklee matches my biweekly contracted nurse payments. So if you know, contracted nurses get paid more. My biweekly paycheck now matches my monthly paycheck with Shaklee, and that just gives me so much hope. So I'm going to mute myself and bring everyone up on the screen, and they can kind of share what their August paycheck, what this business has done for them real quick.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. So I remember actually August was just such a good month, I think, for all of us. Me and Leslie were at a 5K, and we had just gotten a notification on our phone that our paychecks had dropped into our account. And we were like, let's open them at the same time. And we opened them up at the same time. We looked at each other and we're both just like, pick our jaws up off the floor. How is this even possible? Because when I tell you, like, I was struggling the year before, the last 2 years of my last business, I was struggling. When I went to Costco, every single time it was on the credit card. And so for me, this business has allowed me to go to Costco without putting it on the credit card. I can now use my debit card for $300 and not have to worry about how I'm going to pay for it, which Costco might not be a big deal, but like we love Costco. It is a big deal because you know you're going to spend a lot of money. So when I get paid, if you ever see my stories, I'm like, I got Costco money. And then also my car payment. So my car, I remember when I got the car payment 3 years ago, I had already paid off my last Jeep. I didn't want a car payment. I told my husband I didn't want a car payment, but I needed a vehicle that was dependable. And this was that option to get something newer. I knew I was going to have a car payment. And when I qualified for the car bonus and it helped me pay my car payment, I was like, man, everything about this business is so different than anything I've ever done. And in this last year alone, I've been able to double what I made before. So for me, this was the first time that I went into Christmas not stressed out and not having to put anything on a credit card.
Are we going down the line? I'll just go. Okay. So I wouldn't put my income on, okay, I paid off my credit cards, I paid off bills. Like, I want to tell you that it is so much deeper than paying off debt or bills or tying it to groceries. Like, those are the small things that you will come into this wanting to pay for and filling up your tank of gas. Like, that is what you're going to want to cover at first, but when you start to dream bigger and you start seeing like bigger numbers, we obviously cannot guarantee this income for you. I know some of ours look similar. It just truly, that's what it was. But the way that, you know, that was one of our highest months of 2025, and looking at that and opening it, doesn't matter how it was paid, monthly, weekly, like that amount of money is so wild for me. Like, I paid bills that had been like sitting super heavy on my chest. Like, for my family, it created more breathing room in my home between myself, my husband. We have a 3-year-old. Like, that feeds us, that keeps a roof over our head. We bought our first house last year. It bought groceries without me having to literally stand in the aisle doing the math to like transfer money over or put it on a credit card, like Charity said. I've been to Costco and I have spent $400 in a trip, and I'm like, how am I going to pay for that? Like, I came in here, now I'm actually screwed. Like, I'm in the checkout line, so I'm gonna have to put it somewhere. I think we've all been through that. And it's so heavy. That is such heavy stuff to feel and think about. But like I said, you know, it helps me not feel knots in my stomach and have a little more ease in my life and my wellness. So lots more breathing room.
Oh my gosh. Well, here I am. I'm already crying. So, at the end, maybe you know the story about us. We all have the same story. Okay. At the end of 2024, the same inception story, if you will. At the end of 2024, our previous business was like, pace. And some of us were like, I'm never doing anything like this again. I mean, obviously, we all ended up here, but I know I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I was like ready to reinvent myself and do nothing in this space again. And then my husband was like, my husband is a spreadsheet guy. He is a logical dude. He was like, we live in the most expensive city of Canada. We have a mortgage. You're really good at this. And you love humans. You love helping humans. Where else can you go? And that kicks us back to why Shaklee? What is Shaklee? You know all the reasons why. Now we had planned for our mortgage to be paid by this past summer, and he literally looked at me and he was like, if you don't have a job, we need to remortgage. And our mortgage was coming up. You know, if you know anything about mortgages, it was like, time's up. You either remortgage at a very high rate, that we were in that situation, or I figure something out. And for me, I was like, how is this going to be possible? How am I going to be able to do this? And so, like they said, like we all said, this is a number, right? And numbers are relative, but it's all about what it represents. Like, in the spring, we were able to look at each other and hit pay on our last mortgage payment of this condo that I live in. And I just looked at him and I was like, 6 months ago, I would have never thought that this was going to be possible. I thought we are going to have to remortgage at an interest rate that was beyond our means. And because of Shaklee, I was able to avoid that. And as a result, now we can be putting away money to buy a house because we can't live in this condo forever, but I'm very grateful. So it does so much. And, you see us sharing on social media, and it really is share, like post, earn, right? Share what you love, post about it, and you earn if you're committed, right? If you're committed to staying consistent. But this is what it can do for you, right? It can create that ease, like Bailey was saying. It can create freedom and flexibility, and it can create some peace of mind that frees up space mentally and physically and financially for you to do other things that you love and say yes to more. So that's that. I'm so proud of us.
Okay, so we're done. Okay, next steps, you can reach out to who invited you to listen to this call live, who invited you to listen to the recording. Let them know what you're most interested in. Is it the ambassador or is it the affiliate member? And we're here to plug you in to help you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you guys soon. Bye. I actually don't know how to end it, so end.